Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. It is officially 3 o'clock Eastern Time. My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jared Bear. Today's date is Sunday, September 1st, 2024. So glad you could join me for another edition of the Sunday video update. Not to mention that today is the first day of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, which I will be talking about most likely for majority of today's Sunday video and this week's edition of the video. Dad's outside mowing the grass. Amy, she's in the kitchen, sitting at the table. Um, so I guess in some ways I'm flying solo this week. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your holiday weekend. I was actually considering taking this week off because of the fact that it is Labor Day weekend. It's a holiday weekend. But then I figured, fuck it, I might as well just have a Sunday video and talk about the week in review. So yeah, today is the first day of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. I'm going to talk about that. My week in review, my week was actually pretty good. I went and paid bills on Friday, and I went with Dad somewhere. I went with Dad out to Elga, which was on Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, I think. Because we Dad had to go out to Elga Credit Union or whatever the name of the place is. I can't remember. Um, and then we went to the Junction of Hope, and something strange had really happened at Hope. As many people know, I'm not superstitious. I'm not someone who looks for signs of anything, but something really odd happened. Um, so let me talk about that a little bit. So my grandpa Fuller, he passed away on 5/26/22. Okay. 5/26/22. That's the date of his death. Dad and I ordered the same meal. We were at Junction of Hope, which by the way was my grandpa's favorite hangout. Both of the cost of both of our meals with tax came to 26/22. And each of our meals had 5 items listed. 5/26/22. Kind of freaked my shit out a little bit. I told Dad because we had just finished up eating our meal, and I told Dad, I said, "Look, I really don't wanna bring this up. I'm not sure if this is a good time to tell you, but I can't pass up the opportunity while the thought is still fresh in my mind." I said, "But this is really fucking weird." And he says, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Look at the price on or look at the cost on the receipt." I said, "It's 26/22." I said, "Now look at our meals. There's 5 items listed." And he's like, "Yeah, I don't get it." I said, "Dad, 5/26/22? That's the date that grandpa died. That's the very day that Grandpa Fuller passed away." And he kinda put his hand over his mouth and he says, "Oh my god." He says, "I wasn't even thinking of that. I did." He says, "I wouldn't have known had you not brought it to my attention." And I said, "Well, the opportunity was there. It jumped out at me. It was obvious to me." And then Dad kind of looked up at the ceiling and he says, "Quit fucking with me, Dad." But um, I'm not superstitious. Like I said, I'm not looking for signs or anything, but that is just too coincidental. Um, and it did. It kind of sent a shiver up my spine. I'm like, oh fuck. Uh, But the meal was good, as is always the case. They've always got good food out there. Um, but yeah, we went out to, I think it was a credit union. I can't remember. I only remember we went to the Junction of Hope to find out, or not to find out anything, to sit and eat, and then that happened. But yeah, that was probably like one of the highlights of my week. Um, and I had to set up a dentist appointment in Montrose because I got that cavity back here. It's been bugging the shit out of me. It gave me some grief last week, and so I have an appointment on September 17th at 11:30, Dental Care of Michigan in Montrose. So I'm going to have to get this tooth yanked. Usually I'm typically afraid of dentists, but they do an excellent job out there at Dental Care Michigan. They, they what I like about it is when I get called and back, they'll start to add the numbing solution to it, to the gums. And she'll ask me, Danielle is a sweetheart. She'll say, "Can you feel that? Can you feel me pushing?" And if I say, "Yeah, maybe just a little bit," and she says, "Okay, we'll add more." And she'll add and add and add and add and add until I can't feel anything. She could do this on the outside of my cheek, my face, and I won't be able to feel it. And she says, "Okay, we're ready to go." And then she'll put the Novocaine, she'll shoot the Novocaine in, which I don't feel that. Or if I do, it's just a very tiny little pinch of pressure. It's not, anything extravagant. But, she'll put the needle in, and then it looks like, it feels like my face is just like my lip is drooping. Um, but then I hear the drills and all that stuff. I don't feel anything. And I'm out of it, like, but she does a fantastic job. And so it helps to be less afraid of that particular dentist. All the other dentists I've been to Firebird in Flint, or Firebird, or whatever the fuck his name is. I was at that dentist in Flint. I'll never go back to him again because they were horrible. He tried accusing me of trying to bite him when he was removing my teeth. And I told him, I said, "Look, if I really wanted to fucking bite you, I would, but I'm not looking to go to jail. And by the way, I'm not trying to bite you. I have phlegm going down my throat and it's choking me out. It's gagging me. So if I go like that, I'm not trying to bite you." I told him, "I'm choking on my own spit. I'm not trying to bite you, but if I really wanted to, I would." And I mean, they're horrible, horrible. And my cousins, Heidi and Ella, they actually recommended me to Firebird. "Oh, he's great with the kids." Well, do I look like a fucking child to you? uh, no, I'm not. And Firebird, he was just terrible. I'll never go back to him ever again. Um, Dental Care of Michigan, I'm very pleased with their work, and they make it less frightening. And see, when I go in to have that shit done, I'll take like maybe a little bit of Benadryl to make me groggy. So then I won't, I'll just be so tired and so, out of it that I won't care. I won't really even pay much attention. I'll just be, She's like, "Can you feel that?" I'll just be so out of it that, I won't feel anything. But yeah, dentist appointment and then that incident at Junction Hope, that's pretty much the bulk of the week. And I paid bills on Friday. Um, Had to go to Owasso, got something to eat while I was there. I went to the Jade Buffet, which, but by the way, surprisingly, it didn't really bother this tooth over here because I was chewing and drinking on this side. Um, and I'm always told that, well, if you chew on this side, it shouldn't bother this side, although it kind of does, but not majorly, as if you're chewing on this side, the side that is hurt. Um, and I think there's infection starting because right here in the bottom of my neck, like right here, I can feel a little bit of pain. So I'm thinking that there's infection starting to kind of spread out a little bit. So I might even have to go in before the 17th just to have an emergency tooth extraction if this doesn't get better. Um, I've been applying Orajel and rinsing out my mouth with mouthwash. Of course, I've been brushing my teeth every day, but yeah, it's tooth pain is no joke. So That's my phone you hear, by the way. It's push notifications from my surveillance cameras on the house. It's detecting my dad because dad's on the rider right now. He's mowing the lawn. So let's talk about Childhood Cancer Awareness Month for a little bit. There were some things I wanted to say. Um, Last year and the year before that, and I think the year before that, I really didn't get involved much in anything pertaining, even remotely pertaining to childhood cancer. Um, and the reason for that is because I just wanted to carry on with my life and I just wanted to live a normal life. And if the discussion should happen to arise, then okay, we'll talk about childhood cancer. If you have questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Um, but this month, this time around, is different because now my mom is gone. She died as a result of cancer, and so that's why I want to talk about it and kind of share my thoughts. Now, I did make a promise to my mom that I would continue on being strong and helping other people. She made me promise her before she died. She says, "You promise me that you're going to keep doing what you're doing. Don't let people drag you down. Don't let anybody interfere, get in the way of what you're doing. You keep doing what you're doing. You do what you do. You enjoy it. You help people." That's what I'm trying to do. I made a promise to her, and I'm going to stick to that promise. And that's part of the reason why on Facebook, if you look at my Facebook, I've been posting, some tidbits and information about my battle with Wilms. The most recent post being the church van letting us borrow their van to get back and forth from home to Lansing. And so, yeah, but there's going to be more. There's going to be more information released in the future. So if you're friends with me on Facebook or if you're just a casual observer, you'll be finding more information about my battle with Wilms. But I talk about it this year because, like I said, my mom died. Cancer took my mom, and I made a promise to her. And the other reason is because of the viewership changes. I had a lot of new friends. I made a lot of new friends and made some new acquaintances. And, I like to explain what's going on and, or what happened rather, not what's currently going on, but explain what happened all those years ago, 35 years ago, and just try to give a little bit of in-depth detail on that and just to show them that they're not alone. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm not looking for praise, and I'm sure as shit not sharing gold ribbons. And that was one thing I made adamantly clear on Facebook. I am not posting gold ribbons because gold ribbons have never helped a single child, and they don't. Um, I'm more of the impression that we need to do more pragmatic things and take more pragmatic approaches as opposed to just sharing a ribbon because it's just a symbol. It doesn't really, it doesn't do much. We need government and scientists and to be more actively involved and to you know earmark more money to research, which we've always wanted that. I've been saying that for over 10 years. Even now that I'm not an advocate and haven't been for about 5 years, I still say that it needs to change, but we know it's not going to change, and the gold ribbons don't seem to be doing the trick. I think that's just virtue signaling on behalf of people who want to be praised for something. Um, but I actually lived and breathed childhood cancer for a good 6 months out of my life. And whatever happened in those 6 months had changed the course of my life until, the day I die. So, And I am tired today. I took a Motrin for this toothache, and I want to apologize in advance if I should happen to start yawning during this live stream. I've been yawning a lot since before I pushed the button to go live. I am kind of groggy right now. The Motrin, I mean, the pain isn't there, but the Motrin itself kind of makes me a bit loopy and groggy. So I do apologize if I should happen to yawn during this live stream, because that's not really what I want to do, but will most likely happen. Chat logs are open, by the way, as is the case every week. Chat logs are open. So we've got 2 messages by Chewing Off My Toenail, who he was absent last week. Toenail, welcome back. So Chewing Off My Toenail, he's a regular visitor, and he'll say some funny things or leave some funny comments, which I don't mind. It's humorous. So this week he says, "This morning I chewed off a delicious toenail and spat it across the room as I watched deer eating apples off my tree." Okay. And then the second one, he says, "My toenail is so long and sharp and pointy that it needs its own zip code." Thank you, Toenail, for the humor and for the laughs. I appreciate that, as always. Um, so that's pretty funny. I should make Toenail a chat mod, but nah. I'm here and I can put things into the chat as I'm sitting here and talking to all one of you, because there's only one person watching right now. Everybody else, I understand, it's Labor Day weekend, it's a holiday weekend, so everybody else is busy doing whatever on holiday weekend. They're up north because northern Michigan is like a vacation getaway for any holiday. 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day, you name it. Northern Michigan is the place to be. Let's see, about a couple weeks ago, I think I talked about that. I went to see a Wilm survivor down in East Lansing because he's attending MSU. I couldn't think of it. See, I'm tired. The Motrin really makes me groggy, and oh, the tooth isn't hurting right now, but when the Motrin wears off, I will be feeling it for sure. Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. I think I went to see my buddy Abram down in East Lansing because he is attending MSU, and that was fun. His mom and dad are really just awesome people. It was a bittersweet moment that they had to leave him there and they went back home to the Upper Peninsula. And yeah, so it comes full circle. And that's what I told his mom. I said, I know he didn't really he wasn't really interested in talking about the childhood cancer stuff, but y'all are in my territory. You're in my neck of the woods. You're in my battleground area. It was me versus childhood cancer. You guys are like in my battleground area. Like, I know this area like the back of my hand, you know. I can tell you all kinds of different stories. Which I don't think I don't think he was really interested in hearing any of it, but and that's okay. That's fine. Because he probably, I imagine because he's getting older, he probably doesn't talk much about childhood cancer. He wants to just live his own life and not let it hold him back, which is great. I mean, that's great. I have nothing against that. I encourage that. Um, but it's kind of hard for me. It was kind of difficult to stay quiet knowing that you're in an area that, where I spent most of my childhood, not just battling the cancer, the checkups, 3 times a week, East Lansing, you know, back and forth. Um, and he's getting familiar. He's getting acclimated with the area, and I hope he does well down there. Abram's a smart kid. I love him dearly. Love him with all my heart. He's a good boy, and I think he's going to do fine. He's going to do just fine. Um, let's see. Sunday flashback is tonight, but Dan Richards is in Dallas, Texas right now, so someone else will be filling in for him tonight. And Pine Run Inn will be closed tomorrow, I think, for Labor Day, so there won't be a Monday flashback tomorrow night. Next week. And then what else is happening this week? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure. Because this is like the first full week of the new month, so I have no clue what's going on for the rest of the week. There was mention today about a barbecue. A friend of mine, of ours actually, not just mine, a friend of ours was going to come out and put some burgers and dogs on a grill by the sounds of it, which to me sounds good. I'm getting kind of hungry and we don't have any Pepsi or anything, which I know, it's not good for the bad tooth. I know. But you can't have a cookout without pop or, you know, Hawaiian punch or Kool-Aid or some kind of a drink. I absolutely love cookouts. I love barbecues. Um, I'm going to try to eat as much as I can. I don't know how much is going to be made, to be honest, but I'll do my best to pig out. And if I had the money, you know, actually, I probably still could run uptown after today's Sunday video to get some stuff to make my taco salad. I probably could because I got a little bit of cash on me. I could probably run up to Frank's and get some stuff for my taco salad. So that way we'll have burgers, dogs, taco salad, uh, and whatever salad. I don't know. Is she getting salad? Like macaroni salad, potato salad, um, maybe some coleslaw or something. I love barbecues. I love cookouts. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. My stomach is actually going. I think that a lot of that has to do with the Motrin I took before I went live. Um, but my toothache is not there. It's not prevalent right now, but it will be once the Motrin wears off. I'm actually, you know, and I never thought I'd say this, but I'm actually looking forward to going to the dentist just to get this goddamn tooth pulled out because when it does hurt, it throbs, and boy, does it fucking hurt. Um, and you know, like, and they'll ask me, "Well, have you been brushing your teeth?" Well, yeah, every day I brush my teeth every day. So, well, how are you getting cavities on? I don't know, drinking a lot of pop, which is true. I don't eat a lot of candy, although I won't turn down a Reese's peanut butter cup. Just for future reference for all y'all listening out there, I love Reese's peanut butter cups. In fact, Halloween is just coming up right around the corner, and yeah, I could go for a Reese's peanut butter cup. um, yeah, I want the biggest fucking cup you can get. um, Yeah, and that was something else I wanted to talk about too, because it's been mentioned a few times. It's been brought to my attention on Facebook. Yes, this coming not November, October will be the first year, full year without my mom. And I get asked a lot, how are you taking it? And my answer to that is I take one day at a time. I've been taking my daily Celexa, my medication. It's an antidepressant. I take 10 milligrams once daily, and it helps. I mean, it really puts me in a happy-go-lucky, chipper kind of a mood. And yes, and it does help me sleep at night. But I won't lie, I do have my moments. Like this morning, I thought about my mom and I started to cry a little bit. And because it's the first day of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and then I got thinking about mom and her cancer battle. And I know that she's always with me in my heart. And not trying to get emotional here, but I know that she's with me no matter what. And I promised her that I would continue to do what I'm doing. So to my dead mother now, I am trying to stick true to that promise that I made her. And I know she's always with me. She's always in my heart. And I do miss her. But when I get asked the question, how are you doing? How are you taking it? The definitive answer for me is one day at a time, because all I have is today. There's no guarantees or promises of a tomorrow, but I can do what I can today. And that's about all I can do, just one day at a time. I found out last night that a schoolmate of mine, a classmate of mine, had passed away as a result of cancer, and she was only 38 years old. She was my age. She was going to be 39 in like 5 or 6 days. Her name was Sarah McLeod. I remember Sarah when we lived on Burt Road back in 90. Oh God, I want to say 94. I think 94 when we lived on Burt Road. Um, she and her cousin Jennifer, which I still talk to Jennifer to this day. She's married and got kids now, but I still talk to Jennifer to this day. And I read on Facebook about Sarah dying as a result of cancer. And I just couldn't believe it. It's like, are you fucking serious? Sarah McLeod? And she's, yeah, cousin Sarah. Unfortunately, she passed away, but she fought like hell. And my jaw hit the floor. It's like, I can't believe that. I remember Sarah when we were kids. I mean, we all pretty much grew up together. And yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. I'm still in a bit of shock because I've known Sarah since I was a kid. I've known Sarah just like Jennifer. I've known those girls for over 30 years. And there's Dad. Hey, Pop. I heard you out there. Yeah. Did you want me to go up to Frank's after I get done with this? I can make some taco salad.
Well, I don't know if she's going to bring anything or not. Is she, Amy?
I just asked her.
Huh?
I just asked Amy if she was bringing anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I asked her to bring stuff.
Yeah.
I told her what we had.
But hey, Dad, did you know a girl named Sarah McLeod?
Sarah McLeod.
Yeah, she was Pam, Pam Saville.
Yeah.
It was her. So it would have been, Jennifer.
Yeah.
It would have been her cousin.
Pam.
It would have been Jennifer, Jennifer Tiley.
Yeah.
It's Lori's daughter, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Sarah was Jennifer's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
She passed away.
How old was she?
She would have been 39 in like 5 or 6 days.
Wow.
She had cancer.
Didn't know that.
I found out last night from Jennifer.
Oh, that's too bad.
And I asked her, I said, are you fucking serious? Are you kidding me? And she, you don't joke about things like that, but it's just the reaction or the response I give being in a state of shock. So it's like, are you fucking kidding me? There's a lot of people. I don't even count all the people we've lost. I don't even count. But yeah, my love and condolences are with my friend Jennifer and her family, and it's awful. It's just awful. Um, I don't know if Sarah had kids. I think she has kids. I have to look at her social media, but I'm pretty sure Sarah had children. Um, and if of course, if they need somebody to talk to about things like this, I think I'd be a pretty good candidate to talk to them about losing a parent to cancer and being a survivor of cancer. And it's just it's not a conversation I enjoy having, but it's a conversation that needs to be had. I feel bad. I mean, I feel bad for the family, and um, yeah, okay, yep, she did have. I think she did have kids. Yep, I think so. I think those are her babies. Um,
You got a picture of her and anything?
I know what she looked like. I remember what she looked like because there's Bevan Clayton.
Yeah, Adam Clayton.
Yeah.
Them guys.
I miss them too. Bevan Clayton were just fucking
Clayton was
awesome.
like bullshit with me.
Fucking awesome people. Bevan Clayton were fucking just awesome people.
That was so quiet.
Yeah.
But she loves her.
Someone here?
She loves scratch offs.
I got my phone off, so. But yeah. I feel bad. I feel really bad about that.
That was young.
Oh, next door.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, my love and condolences go out to their family because that's just fucking terrible. Terrible. Oh, Luna, Dad was just at the door.
Get in here, bitch.
Dad says, "Get in here, you bitch."
Oh,
Of course, we love our dogs. We love our dogs, but technically, she is a bitch. She's a female dog, so she's a bitch. Come here, Luna. Come here, Luna. Come here. Come here. Come here, birthday twin. Birthday twin. Luna Boona. No, you don't. Huh?
Up. Come here, Rona.
Come here. Come here, Luna. Come here. Come on. Come on. You say hi.
Get up here, Rona.
Come here, Luna.
Come here. Come here.
Come here, Luna. Come on. Luna. Hey. Oh, she's going. She's following you, Dad. She's following you out to the kitchen. But moving on. So this week, I don't know what my plans are for the rest of this week, but it sounds like we're having a cookout today, which to me is fine because
Get up there, Rona.
I could sure go for a cookout. Luna, look what I got. Look what I got. Look,
Rona.
look,
Rona.
look. Gentle. But yeah, it sounds like we're having a cookout today, so I'm looking forward to that. Man, this hour just goes by quick. I'm already down to the final 25 minutes of the show, and I just got started. It just goes by so fucking fast. I went to see my friends today, Boyce and Scott. They're having an antique sale, and they're really good friends of mine. I love Boyce and Scott. They're good people. There was a fire down this way on M57 on Merrill Road, this way to the west, this way. And I thought it was their house, and thank God it wasn't. But had me tripping balls for a minute because I'm thinking, oh my God, it's my buddy's house on fire. What the fuck? Well, Dad and I went out there. I'm glad it wasn't their house, But I feel bad for the other people whose house it actually was. It was it was a barn fire. Okay. Well, that's still shitty. I don't know if anybody got hurt, but hey, a fire's a fire. A fire's a fire, and none of it ends well. We know about that. Um, been there, done that. Don't fucking want it again. Uh, yeah, I don't wish it on anybody else. But as it turns out, it wasn't Boyce and Scott's house. They're having a antique sale today, and I stopped in and I surprised them, and they're like, "Oh my God, Jared!" And Scott came up, gave me a hug, and he says, "I love you, Jared." I said, "I love you too, Scott." He says, "Come on back, man. We'll have a bonfire and knock back a cold brew or whatever, have some cold beers and shoot the shit." Sounds good to me. Uh, yeah, we'll make it happen. And yeah, Boyce was happy to see me. He's like, "I haven't seen you in a minute." I said, "I know, man." I said, "You guys haven't been around the back 40." He says, "Fuck no, I'm not going back there." And I know why. But I'm not going to say here. Um, he just doesn't want to be treated like he's nothing. So, and not anything on the staff at the back 40. It was one of the other patrons. Um, got into a little argument and threatened to kill Scott, shoot him, and beat him up and all that shit. But they were drinking, which of course, when you're drinking, you're gonna say and do things that you probably wouldn't say if you were sober. But depending on the person, you might say it when you're sober. Um, but in any event, they were happy to see me and they invited me back. They said, "Yeah, come on, stop on over anytime you want." Well, yeah, I'd like to, Boyce and Scott have always treated us decent. And, they play golf. Now they're playing a lot of golf. I'm not a golfer. I never understood the concept of golf. I'm not a big fan of golf. And I told Scott, I said, "I'm not going to ball into a hole with a stick. I'm not particularly good at it." He says, "It doesn't matter if you're good at it or not. You don't have to be a pro." He says, "The idea is that you're outside in the sun," which I can't be in the sun for a long time. He says, "But you're in the outdoors. Your mind is focused on this one thing. You don't think about anything else. And you're just focused on trying to get that goddamn ball into the fucking hole." Yeah. And it was it was good to see him again. By the way, I told them about the incident out at Hope. And Boyce is like, "Oh, I bet your dad shit his pants." I said, "I think he was about ready to." He had that look of constipation on his face. Huh? I gave it to you. I scanned it though. It's on my computer and it's on Facebook. But yeah, yeah. But here comes the yawn. Oh, I do apologize, guys. I did warn you ahead of time though that I might yawn throughout the broadcast of the Sunday video update. But that's because, like I said, I took a Motrin for the toothache. I was up late and yeah. So it's been I was up late and up early. So it's been busy. It's been a busy time for me. But yeah, I get asked a lot about the mom situation, like, "Well, how are you taking it? How have you been?" And my only answer to that is one day at a time, because today is all I have. And I did make a promise to mom, and with this being the first day of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, I'm gonna stick to the promise I made to her. Because otherwise I wouldn't have talked about it again for another September. I didn't talk about it the year before, because we also had the COVID pandemic going on. And I did kind of hint around about it, about, well, you think it sucks, going through this COVID shit. You're kind of getting a glimpse of the childhood cancer world where you have to keep distance and you can't be around people you love and you're being put in quarantine and all this shit, you're getting a glimpse of the childhood cancer world. Yeah, but you're getting a glimpse of the childhood cancer world because we were also in quarantine. I was for a while, and I couldn't be around anybody. Had to wear a mask and gloves, and couldn't let no one hold me. Or yeah, just to even get close to me, could not do it. Even if you had the slightest little cough or sniffle, nope. Well, Uncle Willie was crazy as fuck, and a little backstory about that. So, Uncle Willie wouldn't have let anything happen to me. So while I was in the hospital, Sparrow in Lansing, Uncle Willie stopped up to the hospital. He wanted to come in and see me. And they said, well, Mr. Searles, our visiting hours are over. You know, you have to come back tomorrow. And he says, your visiting hours are over. He says, mine are just beginning. And he said, now, Mr. Searles, we'll call security if we have to. And he says, well, you can call the National Guard. You can call the president. You can call the CIA, the FBI. He says, you can call anybody you want to. He says, but I'm going back there and I'm talking to my nephew. I'm not going to wake him. I want him to know that I'm here. And Uncle Willie went in the room and he says, hey, nephew, it's your Uncle Willie. You know, and he sat there and talked with me. He didn't wake me up. But, yep, told me he loved me. And he says, you keep fighting, champ. You keep fighting. And that's what I did. That's what I did for 6 months. And, you know, I that's why I think that's another story I should share on Facebook. My crazy ass Uncle Willie who wouldn't take no for an answer. But that was him. That was just his nature. He didn't care. He didn't give a fuck. He had zero fucks to give. He was totally, completely, absolutely bankrupt on fucks to give. Yeah. Well, Uncle Willie was just the guy who you didn't fuck with. And he was crazy enough. He didn't give a shit. Yeah. But anyway, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Today is day number 1. And let's see, I think there's 30 days this month, right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. There is 31 days this month. I remember the knuckle trick that they taught me in school. The knuckles are the 31 days and the in between the knuckles are the 30 days. So you've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Wait, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. There's only 30 days. October, November, December. Yeah, because December has 31 days. So this month only has 30 days. Yep. So we got 29 more days of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. I'm not going to be able to fulfill each and every day of the month with childhood cancer memories or whatever, because I've already kind of put a little bit out there on my Facebook. And I don't want to drown out Facebook with just childhood cancer talk. You know, I'll throw in my other usual random stuff too. And, you know, I'll keep it lively and random and, you know, just as I normally do. But childhood cancer is a big part of my life. It's not the entirety of my life, but it is a majority. And it has impacted me in my life and how I live my life. You know, I can't be in the sun. One kidney. Yeah, just, you know, they told me I got to watch what I eat, watch what I drink, whatever. Oh, I watch the Busch Light as I'm tipping it, you know. Yeah, I watch my taco salad and I watch everything else I prepare. Oh yeah, when I go out to Hope, I watch the food. I watch the cholesterols. I'm, shoveling it in my throat. But yeah, I watch what I eat. Absolutely. I keep eyes on it all the time. As long as it's not looking back at me, then I'm aces. Especially when I go to the Golden Corral.
Oh, yeah.
I love Golden Corral. Oh, it's fantastic. I went to Jade Buffet when I was paying my bills in Owasso on Friday, and it didn't even affect my tooth. Didn't even bother it because I chewed on this side. I chewed it all, drank the pop on this side, and it didn't even irritate it on this side. Excuse me. But how was your week, Dad?
Busy.
Busy, yeah. It has been busy. Well, the township assessor had stopped by last week. Was it last week? And no, it was longer than that. So I say about a week ago, about a week or two, he stopped over to see the progress we made. He says, well, you're about 95% there. And, 95%, I mean, that's better than, that's as close to 100 as we could get. And then our neighbor who lives just right around the corner came down here with his tractor, his bucket, buried all the other shit that we couldn't get. He dug a hole, buried it, smoothed it over, and it looks a lot better. I'd say it's at 100% now. I mean, yeah, we still got to get the yard cleaned up. Like we got to clean up some shit around the yard. But other than that, I didn't think my yard was that fucking big. But it is. The yard is actually, yeah, it's wider than I thought it was. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because when you put your portable garage up, I can start doing my own oil changes on my car.
Half put with my motorcycle and my riders in there.
Yeah.
Open the other half and drive out the back. And
Yeah.
pull your truck in so far.
Yeah.
Weather and.
Yep. Jack it up. I wish we had hoists. I wish we had the hydraulic lift because that would make it. Yeah, that would make it 100 times better. Yeah. Yeah.
Not the kind that, got them arms that come off. I want one that you drive on and go up.
Yeah.
I've seen them. They're like $12,000. But they're nice.
They are nice. Well, if I hit the lottery.
But then if I do that, I'll buy me a whole barn and
yeah.
New hose, everything.
Yeah. Do my own oil changes, which I can do them anyways. As long as I can get to the oil pan, I can do it myself. Get the oil and the new filter and oh, my ear's itching. Oh. No, I'm not shaking my leg as I'm itching my ear. But yeah, I could do my own oil changes. I want to get a floor jack. Get a floor jack from from Harbor Freight. Yeah, a 2-ton floor jack from Harbor Freight. That would help us tremendously. Yeah. Yeah. Because I can do my own oil changes. Yeah. Got to get the oil. I just got to buy the quarts of oil. And hey, Robbie's in chat. How you doing, Robbie? I used to do my own oil changes. There's nothing to it. It's pretty easy. And it's cheaper, actually, because you're not being charged for labor. You're not paying for labor. You're just paying for the oil and the oil filter. And doing good. How are you? Today, I am doing okay. And now that you're here, I'm doing fantastic. So thank you, Robbie, for coming into my chat. I appreciate you, brother. And it is cheaper. Yes, it's absolutely cheaper.
But they ask them if you know how oil is actually made, synthetic oil.
Oh, synthetic oil, how synthetic oil is actually made? We seen it on the TV show called How It's Made. Or not How It's Made, I'm sorry, Dirty Jobs. Yes, it was. It was Dirty Jobs. It comes from cows.
From the oil on their body.
The oils from the cow's body goes in, it's an ingredient to synthetic oil.
Yeah, and I didn't know that.
And I never knew that.
So, I wonder why my
So whenever I have a beef with somebody, no wonder I blow a gasket.
hey, no wonder why they have a motorcycle. Kawasaki.
Yeah. That's incredible, though. It makes sense. You know, when I have a beef with somebody, I blow a gasket. Yeah, Robbie thinks it's funny. Hell yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm down to the final 10 minutes of this week's show. Robbie, I thank you for coming in, by the way. I've been thinking about you a lot, just wondering how you're doing. I was going to text you, but I just never know when you're busy. So like on this channel, I say F words and F bombs and all kinds of shit. But on the other channel, I got to keep it rated G, you know, because there's younger audiences and I got to keep it clean and civil and family friendly and oriented, you know, and or family orientated, not oriented. But yeah, here it's I cut loose. It's the real Jared where I can say fuck this, fuck that. And I don't think Robbie takes offense to an F bomb here or there. He probably swears himself. Robbie's a good cat. Robbie Cole is an actor. And he's, you know, the one thing I love about Robbie is that although he is an actor, he says my other channel is turning into a shorts comedy channel. Well, that's great. That's great. I'll subscribe to it. The one thing I love about Robbie the most, and I always have, and he's just like a brother I've never had, is that although he is an actor, he doesn't let that go to his head. He's not one of those guys who thinks he's way up here and everybody else is way down here. Robbie is like one of the coolest cats ever. I call him a brother because he is like a brother to me. Although we haven't actually met in person, which one day, Robbie, hopefully that'll change. But we have each other's phone number. We text each other on occasion. We've been friends on Facebook. No, we've been friends for forever. Robbie is like one of the coolest, most realist friends I've ever had. And you're welcome, Robbie. You're welcome. You are down to earth. Yeah. So, I mean, Robbie's just one of the original coolest people. He's as real as it gets. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't put himself on a high up shelf and look down on people who aren't where he is. You know what I mean? Well, I don't want to say I guess at some point when it comes to certain people, yes, you have to pass a little bit of judgment. But we're not, you know, there's no like gossip, like, oh, you know, did you hear? He's not one of those kind of people. But he will say when someone's acting out of color and he'll let them know. I'm actually not active in acting now. I got myself into college. Oh, okay. Well, way to go there, bro. That's good deal. Good luck to you, man. Are you majoring in like performing arts or what's your major? If you don't mind me asking. We got about 6 minutes. We got time. I'll give him a chance to respond. But yeah, Robbie is really fucking awesome. He's a cool cat. He's a cool cat. Actually not. I'm going for the backplate of divinity degree. Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, Robbie. I wish I don't have that kind of a mindset. I don't know what that is. Backplate of Bachelor of Divinity. Oh, Bachelor of Divinity. So what in Western universities, a Bachelor of Divinity or whatever the fuck that is a postgraduate academic degree awarded for a course taken in the study of divinity or related disciplines such as theology or rarely religious studies. Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well, you are an ordained minister though, right? I thought I could have swore you told me at one time you were an ordained minister. I think you are. Or maybe I'm getting that wrong too. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm pretty sure that's what you told me before. I'll give him a chance to respond because, it takes a minute. I'm married to my hand. Yeah, and my sister asked me to officiate for her and her fiance. Right. I think you did. Oh, no, wait a minute. I don't think you told me that before. Well, that's cool. That was kind of a dirty joke I was getting into. Um, I'm married to studying now. Oh, okay. All right. That was kind of a dirty joke. Like I've been married to my hand. The reason I won't get a wristwatch is because it's always wound up. That's why I won't get scratch that. Scratch that. Jared just didn't go there. Yeah, Jared went there. Oh, I see. That's what I'm saying. I can come here and I can have a sense of humor. I can laugh at jokes and have conversations. 32 courses, 12 units in each course, and a test after each unit. Well, Jesus. Literally, Jesus. um, wow, that's a lot of work, man. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of studying. You're dedicated. So are you oh, so you're studying theology and religious beliefs. Yeah, but I'm loving it. Yeah, yeah, of course. You should do what you love. Don't do it because you have to do it. Do it because you love to do it. Uh, well, I mean, everybody has choices to make. I think you should do what you love to do. Um, but you know, in combination because you said you weren't actually active and acting right now, but let's just say you were for sake of this argument here, or not even an argument for the sake of this conversation. Let's say you were still enacting and you go into this Bachelor of Divinity. You could probably make religious movies. Um, like the Ten Commandments, back in 1953. Uh, that was a 10 Commandments. That was about God. Holy Moses. I don't think that was the name of a religious movie, Dad. But you know what I mean. Like you could probably kind of intertwine or mix them or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying that's what you'll do, but just as a brotherly suggestion, I suppose. Um, but yeah, I'd love to do that. Hell yeah, that'd be great, man. Do you know? Follow your heart, Robbie. That's what you got to do, man. Just follow your heart and know that I will always support you no matter what you do. I will always support you, brother. If the chance comes along, yeah, maybe. Keep your chin up, keep looking, keep searching, man. Never stop searching. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So we are down to the final minute, about the last minute of the Sunday video update. I thank you all for joining and watching me this week. I thank my buddy Robbie. Excuse me, my bro Robbie, and of course chewing off my toenail, which that's toenail's always funny when he comes in. He tells me his little toenail escapades and his little feet, whatever. It's kind of funny. I enjoy the. Robbie, did you see the comments from chewing off my toenail? If you scroll up, every week he talks about chewing off a toenail, spitting it across the room, or landing in the turkey gravy or some funny shit like that. It's hilarious. It gets me laughing, gets me going. I enjoy it. That's why I don't ban or block him, because he's not. His comments were the first thing you saw. Yeah. He's usually in the chat before I even get on, get set up and everything. So, he's funny. But anyway, guys, it is 4:00 Eastern time. My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jer Bear. I love you all very much. This is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. I love you. I'm thinking about you. And tell your warriors that Jer Bear said to stay strong and keep fighting, because that's what a warrior is made of. And I speak from personal experience. Robbie, I'll catch you later, bro. Toenail, I'll see you next week. For Dad and Amy and my dog Luna, I am Jared Fuller, aka the Jer Bear, and I will catch you all next week, Sunday, September 8th, 2024, 3:00 Eastern time. Be here. Much love. Take care and peace out. Spread kindness and love everywhere. See ya.